from Armor by John Bengan. To wild cheers and a thumping techno beat, the night's 26 candidates breezed onto the ramp and, forming a half circle across the stage, performed an impromptu line dance, a makeshift runway dotted with light bulbs on the rim stretched toward the huge hall. Bamboo arches from which hung loops of colorful metallic paper jutted out from both ends of the platform. 4 big spotlights radiated from the ceiling. Beyond the stage was a hot, impatient swarm of people. One by one, the candidates took turns at the center microphone.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This time, I am beauty, and the beast will follow. My name is Desiree Bernadette, 17 years of age, and I come from the beautiful island of ice and fire, Reykjavik, Iceland.
Season's greetings. The family that prays together stays together, but the family that eats together is probably a pride of lions. This dusky beauty standing in front of you is Army Barbara Crespo, and I represent the smile of Africa, Namibia.
Buenos noches, amigos del Directo. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful. The Lord God made them all.
Yeah.
This is Guadalupe Sanchez Viuda de Aurelio, 19 years old, and I come from Caracas, Venezuela.
Then it was Ronnie's turn. He drifted across the platform, the saffron gown rustling on his manicured feet. His eyes swept past the faces of judges. In one corner of the hall, he could see little children outside, perched on the branches of a tree, peering through the open vents like hairless monkeys. His face lit up when he spotted, near the edge of the second row, B-Boy, raising both thumbs up. Ronnie posed before the microphone and, lifting his golden arm, addressed the audience. A pleasant evening to all of you. The little prince said, what is essential is invisible to the naked eye. My name is Maria Rosario Silayan, from the land of King Arthur and Lady Diana, Great Britain. The crowd roared. Sweeping the hem of his gown, Ronnie waved his golden arm at them. This was what we had come here for, the chance to tower in heels, look down with unbending grace at a crowd filled with awe, to glide as though life was just as easy. After striking a last pose, he walked back to where the other candidates stood. While the stadium listened to the next contestant, Ronnie discerned a figure rising from the middle rows, the thick body of a man getting up from his seat. It was the bald man, the very man who'd been watching him the other day. A pale, vibrating shape trying to reach the front rows, elbowing people on his way. Could he possibly expose himself to these witnesses? Ronnie squinted, but there was no mistaking that underbite, the smooth, hairless skull. For the first time, he was nervous. This death, it turned out, would have an audience. Thank you.
to a butterfly in California. So, the story is told through the consciousness and language of Manny Pacquiao, so I have to give justice to this by doing a good impression of Manny Pacquiao. Okay. They say, butterfly, I have big head now because people following me where I go. It's impossible for me to go to mall because a rumble will start and I can't buy anything. In my house every day, especially after a big fight, there's a lot of people fall in line outside the gate. I give what I can give them, but you know, it's not enough. My coach Freddy now is talking about Mayweather to Bob Arum again. Everybody talking about the fight of Mayweather. I wanna fight Mayweather, but boxing is not just fighting, you know. I mean, it's business also. They still negotiating, so I continue training here in Los Angeles. Their camp want me to give blood before the fight start, but I do not want to give my blood. They don't listen that it's gonna affect my condition. Blood cannot go out of my body or I will weak. My punch lose speed. My feet can't dance good because they want to prove I use steroid, that's why they examine my blood before the fight. No way, man. I work hard for my body to solid like this. Before I sleep, I pray very hard for my healthy and stamina. I pray also my opponent is safe. But that's very long from now, butterfly, you know. Who knows? Only God knows. What I know is that you and me are like each other. If you don't believe, ask the greatest Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly and sing like a bee. After what happened in Davao, I ask now this question for myself. Butterfly, when is my countrymen let me go? When I go home to mansion in General Santos City, Jakey already tell everybody I don't want to talk about mama. My wife also don't say about it. I meet our kids, play with them until I tired. I go to youngest baby daughter's room, kiss her goodnight. Before we go to sleep, my wife asks me if I'm okay. I say to her, babes, I'm fine. Let's go to sleep. I hug her very tight, like if I don't, she disappear in my sight.